We talked about it on Thursday's show, and it has finally happened. And
Yep.
that is
Show me the
CeeDee
money.
Lamb. CeeDee Lamb got paid, and this is by reported
Got
by Adam
fucking
Schefter.
paid.
Cowboys and All-Pro wide receiver CeeDee Lamb reached an agreement today on a record 4-year, $136 million deal that now makes him the second highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. The deal includes a $38 million signing bonus, the largest ever given to a wide receiver. So, just right off the bat,
Do
Casino,
you
thoughts
think
on
he's
that?
worth it? Yeah, I mean, this is insane. Again, I hate this, and our longtime fans know this. I hate the big contracts. This is the next 4 years. The Cowboys are going to be shit. Like, I mean, when I say shit, like they're going to be good. I mean, Dak's a good quarterback. CeeDee Lamb's a great player. Yeah, they don't have a run game. We've talked about that this season. They're going to have to figure that out, the next coming seasons. However, like the team's going to do well. The team's going to still do well, but their shot of winning a Super Bowl, getting those last couple pieces, you're not going to be able to get yourself with that contract. And especially Dak's still expecting an extension and get paid a little bit more. And if that goes through, and Dak, we talked about, is Jerry Jones's guy, CeeDee Lamb, we're like, we're not sure if he's really Jerry Jones's guy. We know Dak is his guy, right?
Yeah.
So it's just mind-blowing to me that you're just going to keep spending money, and now where you need, which is funny enough, they got Zeke back, who they blew a whole bunch of money on originally. You bring in a whole bunch of money. I know, those are cool. Those are like hippos. They're cool. I like them too. Bring in a whole bunch of money, and it's just going to ruin the team for the next 4 years. You can't pay anybody to fix those little spots. Because to be a Super Bowl team, you have to be almost 100% in every category, right? Or close to it, at least 90. But when you don't have the money to put an extra 2,000 or 20% here, an extra 30% here, you're screwed. And this is what's going to happen. Is now they are shackled up again to not being able to pay other players to bring in to actually make them a Super Bowl contender. They're going to be good, but they're not going to be a Super Bowl contender.
Well, are they going to be good? That's the question. We just did
They're
the
going to be
NFC.
fine. They're going to be fine. They're not going to be dog shit. As I said, they're going to beat up on the teams that they're supposed to beat up on. They're going to lose to the teams they're supposed to lose to. They're going to probably be a bubble team. They'll probably make the playoffs, but especially with the NFC, they'll probably make the playoffs, but not, and having that third playoff spot, that third wild card, which I still don't know if I'm for or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of liked when it was 2 number 1 seeds from each side.
I agree.
Like I don't know if I agree with you. That'll be a topic maybe when we do the season preview or when we finally get to the playoffs.
I liked where, teams can fight for the bye, and I liked that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But as far as it goes with CeeDee Lamb, now I think the good news, now the silver lining of this is he is staying with the Cowboys, especially for this season, because that was the big, like, if they can't get a deal done, does he sit out? Does he wait to get traded? Do they trade him? So all those questions are answered. He stays with the Cowboys, which is great because especially with losing Tony Pollard, not really drafting any running back or wide receivers, losing their tight end to Houston. He's basically their only weapon, right? They have like a second year rookie tight end that is, I don't know, the jury's still out on. We talked about where they have Brandon Cooks as their number 2, who is, again, a guy you and I both want to like more than we actually do like. And I feel like that's everybody in the league. That's why he's been on what feels like 9 teams in his, 6 years in the league or something like that. So they had to get this deal done, the Cowboys being they, for the sole purpose that the only weapon they have on that offense is basically CeeDee Lamb. So I don't even know what this Cowboys offense looks like without CeeDee Lamb. Now, the elephant in the room when it comes to CeeDee Lamb getting paid is Now, what do you pay Micah Parsons? Now, what do you pay Dak Prescott? Like, when you
Exactly.
start spending big, especially in a position that over the past couple of years has been maybe overlooked, or not overlooked, over prioritized on certain teams, and then you look at where the Chiefs, win a Super Bowl with a bunch of guys that would be the fourth string
Yeah, they had
wide
their
receiver
tight
on
end,
most
and that was
teams.
it.
Yeah, so but then again, you also look at it where maybe you do just need one weapon and then build the offense around that one weapon, like with the Chiefs and Kelsey, and obviously they have Mahomes. But the Cowboys won a lot of games last year with just CeeDee Lamb basically there. So
Right.
now,
I
yeah,
do want to say though, it's a little different with a tight end than a regular wide receiver. Tight ends are basically just refrigerators running on the field. So I mean, like trying to tack, like if you have a good tight end, if you have a Hall of Fame, if not one of the best tight ends to ever play the game, then it's easy to get away with just having that one tight end because no matter how much you cover him, he's taller, he's bigger. It's going to
well,
be
also you're trying to cover him with linebackers and safeties who he's
right,
usually either faster than or bigger than.
right.
So
So
that's a good point.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, wide receivers, don't get me wrong, they're very important as well, especially ones speedsters, the Tyreek Hills of the world, the Jamar Chases, CeeDee Lamb, they are all super talented. You just ate.
But when it comes to CeeDee Lamb, I don't understand the people who are like he's not good. Even as a Cowboys hater, he's clearly a top 5 wide receiver in this league. I think there is a real discussion when it comes to it's either him or AJ Brown who is a better wide receiver. Now, as an Eagles fan, I would personally take AJ Brown because again, I've seen what he can do in the playoffs. I've seen what he did in the Super Bowl. He had that incredible streak last year. And again, that's on a team with other weapons you have to account for. So he is able to get open more. But then again, when you see great players like a CeeDee Lamb or like a Travis Kelsey, no matter if you have any other weapons, for some reason they're always wide open. And I feel like AJ Brown would be the same. He just has the luxury of being on a team with other weapons like Devontae Smith and stuff like that. But
Right.
when it comes to Dak and Mika Casino, do you think that either of those, as a result of this lack of money, a big contract to like a star player, do you think the Cowboys just go all in and make sure all 3 of them are signed, or do you
Oh
think
yeah,
one of them walks?
I think that's totally what's going to happen because that's exactly what's going to happen because Jerry Jones doesn't care about anybody except for his stars. Pun intended.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Oh, see, if I had high energy today, that would have been I would have got that. But but yeah, I agree. I think this Cowboys team is literally just going to be Dak's going to get paid, CD got paid, Parsons is going to get paid, and then they're kind of just going to try to fill in the rest. And
With
that's
what
why,
money?
well, that's why most people have this team, as a fringe wild card team, if not missing the playoffs altogether. Because again,
And until Jerry Jones leaves, we've talked about this. I've ranted about this. Until he leaves, this is what's going to happen with this team. Because Micah Parsons is probably going to be a 3-year deal of some sort with money. Dak, he's going to get an extension with money. Like he's shackling up this team for the next 3 to 4. I mean, CD's 4, so at
yeah,
least 4 years. Like,
yeah,
come on, man.
yeah, I agree.